Welcome to On the Low with Yadolo. Today I have a special guest. I know him, but for those who don't know you, what is your name and where are you from?
My name is Sando Karneh from Liberia, West Africa, currently in the U.S., Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay. How have you been? How's the summer going for you so far?
Summer is going great, man. It's raining right now a lot, but life is life, man. We're just grinding.
I want to start from the beginning. What is one moment from your journey from Liberia to the United States that changed your life forever?
I came to the States as a refugee, just having that confirmation that you are clear to join your family. That was the start of a journey. And now I'm here after about almost 30 years. So it has been good, but just getting that confirmation that I am coming to rejoin my family after a long period, that was the greater thing because I know that was the stepping stone and foundation to actually make life.
What has been some of your challenges so far?
I mean, with every immigrant, right, transitioning and being able to integrate into society, right, was kind of hard at first, right? So when I came to the States, I rarely touched computers back home. So when I came to the States, I had to integrate, right? I actually went to Job Corps to learn how to do, just basic business, Job Corps. And went to Job Corps, and Job Corps helped me to transition into, the society.
You often emphasize education. Why do you believe education is the most powerful tool for changing lives?
I cannot stress this, right? But I grew up in a zinc shack, no running water. The only thing, I grew up in an impoverished home. But one of the things that my parents made sure we had was a good education. So I went to the best school in Liberia, St. Patrick's High School, right? I went to school with ministers' children, presidents' children. So I was able to make these networks and connections to help me build my self-esteem and my self-awareness to know that I can do anything, right? And it's because of my parents' drive to educate us. That's what got me here today. So education is very, very important. And traditional education may not be for everyone, right? But educate yourself. If you know traditional university, traditional, colleges is not what you want, go to do something and do something trade. If I had to turn around the clock right now, coming back to the States, I would have been an auto mechanic right now.
Where did your love for cars come from?
No, it's not the love of cars. It's the love of independence, right? Because being an auto mechanic, being a contractor, being a carpenter, you can always work for yourself, right? But the role that I went in for my career, basically, it depends on an organization, right? Yeah. So,
was that the drive that inspired you to start the Heal Incorporation? And what was the vision behind it, if it was?
So Heal, there's a good story behind Heal. My grandma, who raised me, was an orphan. My mom used to always tell me this, which is help one person every day. If you look at the first letters in help one person every day, it spells hope, right? So I always had in my mind that I saw my mom, although we grew up poor, but I saw my mom helping a lot of people, right? We had a farm in Salala, Karneh. We had a rubber farm. That was the farm that supported us to pay our school fees, right? And my mom would go to Salala and bring children to Monrovia to put them in school, right? So I have always had the dream of helping people. And then my grandma was an orphan. So Heal Inc., an organization that I started 12 years ago, our focus is to help orphans, right? So we do have an orphanage, and we also help over 10 different orphanages and other organizations in Liberia, West Africa right now. So that was the reason why Heal.
Starting an organization back home, is it hard? Do you have a lot of help with you?
Being a humanitarian and in the nonprofit space is passion. If you do not have the passion to serve, if you do not have the passion to love, if you don't have the passion to give back, don't be a humanitarian or create a nonprofit, right? Because it's hard, it's difficult. Most people think that when you start a nonprofit, oh, you can go and write these grants, you can go and get money from, big corporations, right? Most often the big corporations will be giving money to organizations that have already grown, right? Like, for example, the Red Cross and organizations like those. A small organization, the money that you get is from people like Say, right? It's people from my workmates, right? Sometimes through my company and different smaller partnership. But it's a difficult thing, but I love it so much that I feel being a humanitarian, I sometimes say that I'm selfish. I want to be that selfish person for me to always be able to serve people. Yeah.
Looking at the youth today, what concerns you the most and what gives you hope for the new generation?
For the new generation today, I think the most important thing that affecting the youth right now is the lack of financial literacy, right? The lack of self-awareness and the lack of culture, right? Because these three things, if you know that self, if you know where you come from, and also if you know and have the knowledge of money, there's no way you wouldn't be successful. So knowing that self, knowing your culture and history, and knowing about money are the three most important things for our youth to become successful. You can even see, right, for example, like NBA players. Yes. You see NFL players, right? They get drafted, and the first year they get that money, they do not have any financial literacy, right? They blow that money, and by the time they get out of the NFL, right? Because basically, on average, you may play about 5 or 6 years in the NFL, right? By the time you get out, they broke. So I think it's very, very important.
Some people say nonprofits talk more about impact than actually creating it. How do you measure success at Heal?
The way how I measure my success at Heal is that large corporations, right? Let's give an example for a large corporation, right? The CEO may be making $1 million, $2 million, right? You think where the money to pay the CEO is coming from?
Exactly.
It's coming from the contributions, the donations from these companies and people, right? And then you have all those VPs and directors and everything like that. But for Heal does not have any employee, right? So it's me, my board of directors, and basically we 2 persons running Heal. In Liberia, we don't have no employees. Everyone volunteers, right? So I will say 90%, 90 cents for a dollar goes directly into projects, right? So the impact is way, way better than most of these large corporations. I gave you an example, Haiti, right? We supported Haiti. We sent barrels to Haiti. Every time there's earthquake, we supported Haiti with clothes, with food, with hygiene products, right? Shoes. Okay. Bill Clinton Foundation collected billions and billions of dollars, and they never built one home. So tell me, who impacted Haiti more in that scenario, right? So we gave one person, at least if we gave one person a bar of soap to take shower at that time, or gave them a canned goose, right, at that time, we made an impact.
Do you think Liberians in the diaspora are doing enough to help develop Liberia? Why or why not?
Liberians in the diaspora are doing the best, but it could be better. And one of the main reasons why there's a lack of development from the diaspora is because we lack partnership and collaboration, right? Because collaborating is the most important thing in development, right? For example, I can have $100,000, but my $100,000 can do nothing. But imagine if 10 persons join $100,000. That's a million, right? You take that million and put that million in a bank in Liberia, right? That bank has your $1 million. So tell me, if you go to that bank for a loan to establish your business, to get contracts, tell me if that bank wouldn't loan you the money when they have $1 million of your money in their account, right? But one of the problems that Liberia is having is the individuality of Liberia, right? We think individual first, then group. We think who's going to be the boss first, then who is capable of doing the job, or who has the knowledge of this thing, right? You see that in our churches. Not all pastors supposed to be on the pulpit, right? They have financial pastor, they have outreach pastor, they have youth pastor, right? But we cannot come together as a Liberian community and have a large church where you have these different pastors, right, that got the gift for those specific areas to come together, but all of them want to be bishops and have a church, right? So I think that's what impacting Liberia more. And I think it's based off the culture of the country, the foundation of the country. That is the reason why. For me, that's what I think.
If you could be completely honest with Liberia's leaders for 1 minute, what would you tell them about the future of the country's youth?
I would tell them that the future of the country to successfully impact the youth will never happen unless Liberia know who they are or who it is, right? Because here's the thing, I'll give you an example. Liberia is, the government is signing concessions deal, right? But how can you go negotiate if you do not know how many fish in your waters? How can you negotiate if you do not know how many trees in your forest, right? How can you negotiate if you do not know all the minerals in Nima Mountain? The only thing you're focusing on, they are extracting iron ore. Have you done an analysis of your country for you to say, okay, I know in Nima Mountain, I have iron ore, I got some gold there, I got other minerals there, right? So if this person is signing, a concession to mine iron ore, right? And this person is finding diamonds, the diamond is not for them, right? The diamond is not for them. So Liberia will only be able to impact the youth if they understand themselves, do an assessment of the country, know what they have, because now if they have this data, they will be able to know what they have. So when they go into negotiation, they can better negotiate deals. And then once deals are communicated, are negotiated, it should trickle down. The resources from, from those deals should trickle down to the youth, right? Because those negotiations will have, for example, let's take Neymar as I said, right? You're not taking iron ore from my country if we don't have a 21st century hospital there. If all the roads where your trucks will be driving on are not paved, right? So you're going to plug all these things in your concession deals because you know your value. Because if the person don't want it, they would leave. Let them leave, right? So I just think that having an assessment of the country, corruption is not only like in Liberia, corruption is in the US, but the difference is the community will get the taxes. You will not bypass that, right? The community will get what they're supposed to get. You will pay those taxes for the school. The company will pay the taxes and stuff like that. But Liberia will eat the tax, the concession money, and then if we're supposed to spend $100 on a project, we only spend $10. So.
All right, so we're going to get into some rapid fire questions.
Go ahead.
Right. One word that describes your journey.
Hope, man. Hope.
Biggest lesson life has taught you.
Never gave up, man. Never gave up.
Liberia's greatest strength.
Is we are the best group of people in Africa. We are loving, very loving. That's our strength.
Education or opportunity?
Both.
Who inspired you the most?
My grandma.
What's next for you?
Planning to retire probably in the next 6 years. Get a farm in Liberia. And then have my grandkids coming down and playing with a granddad. And then we're going around making sure that they learn all the values and culture of my country, Liberia. And not only Liberia, Africa, because I'm basically citizens for about 3 countries. So.
If people wanted to look you up and to find you, where can they find you at?
I'm nothing, to be real. I'm nothing. I'm nobody. I'm just Sando, right? If you want to support me and not me per se, if you want to support the kids in Liberia, go to www.heal-lives.org and donate. You can find Heal Inc. on Facebook, Heal Inc. on Instagram, right? Or you can reach out to me is 770-990-3519. And, we're looking for money, my people. Please, if you can give me money, let's buy some rice, some hygiene products for our orphans in Liberia. We'll be happy.
Thank you for the opportunity and the time. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you, sir. Keep doing what you're doing, Mr. Yadolo. We need this in our community, and I just applaud you for even having me, because I'm nobody.
You are somebody. Thank you.
Thank you.